Hey, audio everyone, Lost Leader here. Just late today because, or rather, yesterday, whatever day, week time for my vlog. Figures, right? I'm gonna lay the truth here. I've been watching a lot of Orange Is the New Black, and I ended up being way too tired to do anything today. So I just had a nice relaxing day, thankfully. It was very nice, very fun for me. Don't really get a lot of relaxing days. I tend to overwork myself in that kind of aspect and whatnot, or just like I can always do something, and I probably shouldn't be doing that as much. So I'm trying to make sure to pace my things and whatnot. Suffice to say, I still have things to talk about and whatnot, of course, and I think a fun little thing to talk about, a little thing, considering, last week's downer, I guess, is my ideal woman. Now, obviously, it goes with the precursor here, just like literally anybody that would love me genuinely and whatnot, would have this great personality and whatnot that I like, and I'll get into later. I obviously would want more than anything else, but we're talking about full-on ideals. That means physically, that means mentally, that means all these little things. And I mean, I'm not trying to force anything on anybody or anything jazz like that. I never really tried to. But this is just the first things I look for sexual attraction, and then I look for mental attraction right after. It goes boom, boom, almost immediately. And I don't mean it in the sense that they have to pass that in order to get to that. I mean, they have to have one or the other, but I look for physical attraction first and foremost. I think that's a solid way to look at it, because you don't think of the person very sexually, then they're gonna have to make it up a lot for personality. So it makes a lot of sense, I think. So with that being said, I love tall girls. I do. If you know my wife that I love so very, 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 very much, Ayaka Kagari, you would know that I love tall girls and I want to be princess carried by them, and I think it's just the sweetest, most greatest thing ever in the whole entire world, and I love it so much. So the fortunate thing here is that I'm pretty tall myself, so yeah, that means that I don't get a lot of tall girls from my actions and whatnot. Pretty much, I'm looking at 6 feet, and that's hard. That's a hard sell. I mean, not exactly. I think 5'10" is the most, I think, because high heels and all that such. Because oof, a girl just wear high heels nearly all the time or some jazz like that, and I love it to death. Legitimately enough, love girls in heels. But that's a separate little thing entirely. I never really tried high heels myself. I think I'm more of a flats girl. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really tested that out because I don't think I like heels in the sense that, my feet hurt. I like comfort, I do. Suffice to say, I like tall girls, most definitely. So if they're 5'11" and up, I'll give it a shot. Already just whoop. Just full out. I will admit that when it comes to looking at ethnicity and whatnot, I don't have a particular for or against, but I don't want to take it the wrong way, but I just don't want someone that's Mexican. If that's to say, a lot of it has to do with the way Mexicans are raised up and whatnot, with the whole entire they want to be part of this big old family and whatnot and have all those things. And I'm not saying that other cultures don't have that, because black people have that too. So do Irish families, and sometimes even some Christians and whatnot could actually have that too. It's just kind of rarer to have that, and I don't think I'd ever date a Mormon, honestly. I'm not saying that in the sake of the fact that just I don't respect their little thing or whatnot. Just there's a lot of things that Mormonism does that I don't particularly am fond of, and it's mostly to do with lifestyle choices than it is their actual I have faith in things and whatnot. I actually like the whole entire faith-based system that they have there, even though it sounds completely and utterly dumb, but that's something else. Honestly, it's not worth debating right now. I'm not trying to slam y'all, because honestly, I can't have that kind of faith that y'all have. But suffice to say, I would go along that route. I'm sorry, I'm just a little paranoid, so I'm gonna like look around every now and again, because I am recording in a parking lot. Ooh. I mean, it's not like fully abandoned or anything like that. It's just, it's nighttime, so it's just like I'm kind of scared sometimes. I just get that way and whatnot. And speaking of things, I would definitely like my GF, my girlfriend, the people that I'm interested in, to be rather fearless and whatnot, rather spontaneous in that sense, and all that little jazz. I think that's be hecka cool. Like, legitimately enough, I would love to have that. Something about them being spontaneous helps bring me be spontaneous instead of just being reserved and just like, I'd rather stay at home and things like that. And I know that I do that. I know that I have the ability to be spontaneous, but I'd rather somebody else be more spontaneous than I am in order to make things kind of like go ahead and whatnot. Now, I'm not saying people that are reserved are like not something that I could be attracted to, just more so when it comes down to it, I like this sense of adventure that some people would have, and I like that idea of going out somewhere and just having this romantic evening and whatnot. I think that's like really, really cool. I really, really love that. So I would love for them to be very forthcoming with that kind of stuff. I'd also obviously like them to be very assertive. I'm not saying like I can't date people that are like, how to say, they're not like super aggressive or anything like that, but just like, I don't think I could date somebody that's a submissive person. I just don't think I could do it. Apparently I did it once. We did not realize it at the time, and I'll admit enough that, you know, people are more complicated than just, you know, submissive and aggressive, all that such. I'm not trying to really bring that upon there, just more so someone that identifies towards that end, I think, is a better suit for me than someone that identifies as like being a very submissive person. I don't like having to drag people to do things. I don't like having to do situations and that kind of aspect. I have a real big problem when it comes to like being excited and wanting people to do things and whatnot. I don't have the problem of stopping. I have the problem of recognizing when they want me to stop, because a lot of people, they tend to not be rude, I guess, or rather they don't try to fight back on me. And that's something that like I rather have. I know I need that in my life. I need someone to actually fight back on me on certain things and situations. And I say that beforehand too, like legitimately enough, I know I do. I need someone to check me. I'm not going to like it at first, but I know what I need. It's a sad, sad truth of mine. So it's all those little things and whatnot. I mean, obviously I don't really mind her like having big breasts and whatnot, but it's not like the biggest thing that I've ever really gotten into in terms of like sexual attraction and whatnot. And I know I'm like jumping all around here, but I'm just remembering things. I don't mean to do it that way. Suffice to say, I don't really care so much about the breast as long as it's proportional. I like the idea of girls having a certain type of portions, like I'm making them sound like food. I'm not. I mean, yes, but no. You know, just more so, just like, I'm not like hourglass figure, but just kind of like, they're not like flat down there and then like all big on the belly, or vice versa, because it looks wrong. You know, like a girl that has really big boobs and just like a little stomach, it's just like, girl, you need to eat, you're gonna die. Don't, you're gonna kill yourself over those things. I'd rather not have that. So I don't mind having this sort of like linkier girl and whatnot, but she gotta be linky all the way and everything like that. Like, it can't just be like she got big old breasts like that and just like she lanky all the way, or vice versa. Like, a girl just doesn't really have boobs, but like she's big all over. Like, it's kind of like, it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right to me. I'm not saying that in the sense that I think people that are like that are ugly. Just as an initial impression for myself, this is the way that I look. Like, again, I'm not trying to be like old judgy and whatnot, and I don't have the looks in particular to like get the first thing I see and whatnot. I mean, doesn't mean I'm not going to try, but just it's hard, right? It's hard to get in that situation. No, honestly though, I think the biggest thing that I think I would find attractive to, in a woman is someone that's like interested in me, like needs me in all that situation. I need them, and like I like that idea of codependence. I don't believe it's actually healthy, but I like that idea, and I know and understand that what I'm looking for right now isn't the healthiest thing in the world, but I don't know what it is about my upbringing, about all these little things, but yeah, I definitely like a girl that's a little messed up. I don't know how else to say it, because legitimately enough, like, I grew up around messed up people. I'm not messed up as about right. I would never say that about myself, that like I'm messed up in the head, but people that I grew up with, the significant people that I had, there's a lot of problems that they had to deal with, and it's just kind of tragic and whatnot, and I'm used to dealing with that kind of level of drama. When you come to me with petty shit, I'm like, okay, you can't get through this because like that's the way that I've seen things, honestly. I really have. And I don't mean to be rude to anybody, but just family issues as like your biggest problem doesn't, like, I don't care. Like, it needs to be bigger than that. It needs to be bigger than just typical family issues, not just like financing or just, I got in a fight with my mom, blah, blah, blah. Like, give me something better. Like, legitimately enough, like you've had abandonment issues all your life or some jazz like that, something like that. Again, not a healthy person that I'm looking for. I realize this, and I'm not saying that you should look for this or that it's even ideally ideal. I don't know why I want to look for this. It's probably a bad idea, but it's something I like. I like this idea of being two sort of broken people and like making a whole person. It's fancy to me. That makes me think and tick and just go like, ooh, that looks nice. Makes me happy. Just like we give each other support in a way, shape, just like a lot of this is ideally, romantically speaking, it's that way. And admittedly enough, I know that I'm explaining maybe a little too much, or I'm going into detail in certain ways that I probably shouldn't. Just like should be like do, like in terms of listing and whatnot. But just like, I don't mean to offend nobody, but just like I don't know how else to say it. And also, I don't know everything that I want, so I'm trying to stall for time. I would, of course, also like a girl that's like has a job or like knows what they want to do. Like, legitimately enough. I don't mean it in the sense that just like they have to know what they want to do, or they have to have like a job that just like they could take care of me and things like that. Just like they have a work ethic to a degree. I don't know what it is, but I love the idea of that. And admittedly enough, I'm starting to realize a lot of parallels between my mom and apparently my ideal girl, and I don't like it. I hate it. It's dumb, and I hate it. This is the thing that I'm thinking about. This is bad. It's very, very bad. Schadenfreude would have a field day. No, wait, that's the one where it's just like you and you're happy about someone's sadness. No, Freud. Freud's the one. Freud's the one that does the other thing. I hate Freud so much. I don't like him one bit. So I'm trying to think of the whole entire situation up in here about what I want exactly. So obviously tall girl, straight up, has nice proportions, obviously. They match or some such and like that. They're aggressive, they have some issues, but like they're like needy issues or whatever, and all that such, and they like know what they want to do. I mean, admittedly enough, that's pretty old abstract things, honestly. So I suppose in a way that I'm not really that like specific. Like, I don't, like, anyone could fill that role if they're just tall. like legitimately enough. But obviously, all those other things are very much a hard thing to actually fill and whatnot. And I'm more than aware that it's not always going to happen. I'm not always going to find someone that fits every single part of the bill. In all honesty, to me, I could see myself with someone shorter than me if they're far more aggressive and whatnot, and like they get all up at me and whatnot. I love that idea. I really do. I don't know why I keep going back on it, but I keep thinking about getting like a Yakuza girlfriend. And I'm just like, for one, do Yakuza let the women be a part of their gang proper? I don't think they do. But suffice to say, it's just something I'm like, sounds pretty cool. I like that idea. I like that idea. This girl gangster being in a suit and just or maybe a fancy dress. I don't know how they would do it, but I like this idea of that situation and whatnot. Just all these little things and everything. I mean, they don't have to have glasses, because like I'm looking at these right here, I'm just like, no, they don't have to have glasses. I don't really have a glasses fetish or anything like that. Would I want them more butch? I don't really think I would. I mean, it's not that I don't hate butch people or any jazz like that. I don't find them not sexually attractive, because like there are some butch girls out there that I'm just like, you know what, I could very much handle this. I could go with this forthright. But I think largely I'm in more the androgynous, like feminine type of liking and whatnot, and I like that idea, most definitely, for sure. Just trying to catch my breath here, because girls. Oh, also one more thing, now that I think about it, I'm just like, how can I forget about this? All right, how can I forget about this? It's part of the portions bit and whatnot. So either they're lovely and they got a nice little tummy, or they got abs to shred, because I love me some good old abs. I love them so much. That right there just makes me like I want to touch them so much, and everything just makes me go like, ah, that's my jam. That's my jam. If they could carry me also, Princess Carrie, ooh, that's the dream. That's the dream, fam. That is the dream. I would love to have that. I would love to see my girl like that and whatnot. I honestly would probably want to like her tan too. Now I think about it. Tan girls are pretty great. I like them. Sorry about that. Just people just rolling on in and whatnot. Or just whoosh. I'm like, oh, what do you think this is, a parking lot? I'm like, oh right, it is. It's a parking lot. Either way, suffice to say, I do like me either a chubby girl, BBW. Yeah, I would like that. Regular size girl, whatever. I don't. Or a beefy girl. Like those are all like fantastic situations and whatnot. I do switch constantly between like someone that's a little bit chubby and I could do something with, or someone that's got some beef and I could do something with, you know what I mean? Right now I currently got that switch on to beef mode, so macaroni. Suffice to say, I do love that idea, and I've always found them particularly attractive and whatnot. But sometimes, oh my god, chubby girls, like legit, we don't give them enough time. We really don't. We just I'm sorry, I'm daydreaming here. Why not? All these little situations and everything. But I suppose those are the key things that I want in a relationship, or rather what I want in my ideal girl, and all those little things. I can't say they're the healthiest situations and whatnot that I have. And in fact, I'm more than well aware that this is far more idealistic than it probably should be and all that such. But this is what I laid myself down on. This is my bed that I made. This is the war that I set. This is third analogy, effectively. But I figure at least say that, since, you know, broke up, might as well start thinking about what I want, right? Obviously, it's what I want. Oh, but I think the most important thing, obviously, something that I keep forgetting, and really I should not be forgetting this, I would like my girl to just be able to want to know me. It's just like a simple thing, but in all honesty, I think it's probably the most powerful thing. Someone just wanting to know you, wanting to get to know you. And I think that's just swell, because like honestly, a lot of ends, people do not ask me about myself, and I've always find it a bit disheartening that that is the case. I get really sad because I ask questions, people don't ask questions back. That's the truth. Admittedly, half the time they are annoyed, so I get it, but the other half the time I get annoyed because just like, there's a burp and scared the shit out of me. Alright, I think I made my ideal clear. I'm gonna leave before spoopiness. I know to leave when I need to. See you.